Hi, I'm Steph Palermo, and I know you hear me talking about feeling groovy and doing groovy things and having fun and enjoying your life. But what does that actually mean when you have to wake up every day to an ever-growing list of to-dos? And then, of course, there's those shoulds. I should meditate. I should get on a diet. I should go to yoga. I should rest. I should do all these things to feel good. I should travel. Well, I'm offering you a chance to actually feel and embody what groovy is, what feeling amazing is. Join me in Terracini, Sicily. You will not regret it. We are going to have an amazing time, and you will actually feel what living really is, what knowing your purpose is. And you'll be able to take that back, not in a list of to-dos, but in how you feel. So I'll see you there in Terracini, Sicily. Don't miss it. This is the Just Steph Show, and I'm your host, Steph Palermo, your Italian Boston girl who's an empath, healer, and all-around seeker of wisdom. Tune in weekly for advice on how to live your best life at work, home, or play so you can feel groovy every day. Hey, it's Steph Palermo. I'm Just Steph. I'm your Sicilian Scorpio girl who grabs you by the arm and shows you how to enjoy life and get on your soul's path towards the best version of yourself. And you know, I have this new saying because I was meditating on this. You can either align now or you can align when you transition over to the other side, and then you'll have some explaining to do as to why you didn't love your life. So if you're ready to get aligned and get on your soul's path towards the best version of yourself, and that's different every day. You want to come with me to Sicily, get on a call with me. Comment and let me know that you're interested. This is an amazing opportunity. It's 8 nights, 10 days. It's all inclusive. Airfare, meals, lodging, tours, healing circles, meditations, time with Just Steph, and cooking lessons, wineries, you name it. We're going to be doing it in Sicily. So we are going to be getting on track, getting on everybody's individual soul's track and finding your purpose and aligning with that. So if you have any questions about Sicily, if you want to know more about it, I'd be happy to jump on a call with you. And if you sign up with the early bird special, you get 1 year in my membership, which is a $400 value. So you definitely want to do that. I'm thrilled to be back today. We are interviewing and chatting with all of the Divine Self Summit speakers. Say that 10 times fast. So I am finding out about all these amazing experts and what they will be bringing to you during June 21st through the 25th. It's the world's first Divine Self Summit, brought to you by a group of intuitives and healers that I happen to be aligned with. So I'm excited about this week, and today is another beautiful expert. And you know, I love this about this summit because everybody's different. Yesterday we talked to Andrea Keller, who was a visionary architect, and she was healing through her spaces. Today we're going to talk with Jessica Weaver, who is a wealth advisor, best-selling author. Right here, baby. Time to Refine. And look how pretty she is. She's beautiful. Jessica is a wealth advisor, best-selling author, and blogger of Not Your Father's Advisor. And I'm gonna ask her what that means. She's created a money community, Lift, L-I-F-T, all caps, for powerhouse women to grow their careers and businesses, build prosperity, and form your money council. Her passion is helping women give themselves permission to be who they are, spend their money where it feels good, and invest where their hearts are. I like that. Who doesn't love to spend money? So I hope that you are tuning in and you are listening to this amazing woman. And this is Jessica Weaver. Hi.
Hi, Steph. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. I love your energy. I love your soul, your heart. You are
Oh, thank you.
amazing. And the Sicilian, I love it.
I know. I know. Well, yeah, we have a lot of energy. So, and a lot of passion, a lot of drive. So
Sure.
sometimes it can be negative, but I try to keep it positive.
You are positive. You're this bright soul of energy.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you. So I'm thrilled. Okay. So what does it mean? What is your father's advisor? What's that?
So, Steph, I grew up in the financial industry. My father's been an advisor for over 40 years. So I remember sitting on our family room floor doing mailers, stuffing mailers for him during those cold mailers.
Oh my gosh.
He would send out, 8, 9 years old, and I would get, some money for that as the allowance. And then all my summers, I would go and work in his office, filing, answering phone calls.
Mm-hmm.
Then I started getting my licenses in college. Once I graduated, I joined my father and my brother. And what I noticed, going into the financial industry, I felt like such an underdog. I felt like I didn't have a voice. It's a very male-dominated industry.
For sure.
And I'm like, where do I fit in here? Right? Who am I going to be in this role? And I did, what the industry told me to do. I did what was expected of me. And I felt like there was still more to do. And my clients, they were getting results, but it was just like industry standard. They could get them with any advisor.
Correct.
And I knew I was meant for more. And I knew my clients were meant for more. So instead, I decided to go take some of the traditional stuff, but let's be more innovative when it comes to money. Let's look at money through different lenses. And I created this blog, Not Your Father's Advisor, because I took these innovative new strategies, even taking old strategies like the law of attraction, right? That's been around for decades, for years. And it's funny because my father is an advisor, yet my blog is called Not Your Father's Advisor, because I didn't want to stay in the box. It's a very traditional industry, and I wanted to take myself out of that box. I'm like, let's throw the box out. Let's create our own rules to our money.
Right. So you know what? I was talking to someone a few years back, and they had mentioned to me that there's a big problem with male advisors because when he would have a couple that would come into their office, that male advisor would address the husband, the man, and not really address the woman. And who dies first? Usually the men. And now all of a sudden the women were leaving because they weren't treated properly, or they weren't, included in the conversation when those, sort of old school, because the males are the head of the family and the money makers, that's, the old way of thinking. And so when you said, this is what this makes me think of as well. And they would pay attention to the men instead of the women. And then when the guys died, well, sorry, you lost your client because now they're going to somebody else.
Yes, they didn't feel heard. And this has been a very big theme in my life too, right? Starting in the industry, I felt like I wasn't being heard. I'd had these ideas, but they kept getting shot down. And now I see it on the other side of the table with the women. They want to feel heard when it comes to their money. They want to know what's going on, why we're investing a certain way, what it means month to month, day to day for them with the money coming in. They want to be engaged in the conversation. They want to feel like they have a voice.
I love that. So this is just looking at what you and I had talked about and moving forward with this. How do you shift from that scarcity mentality or that lack mentality, made with your money, with your money that you have with money, and shift it to abundance? How do you change that mindset?
I love doing this work. And something that I started implementing myself this year was I set this daily money practice. And I did it because I always was thinking on, how am I going to fix this? How am I going to fix this client's problem with debt? How am I going to fix their marriage when it comes to money, because the money was the disconnect for them.
Mhm.
And even for my own business, how am I going to get more women in? How am I going to hit this income? And when we're drawn to having to fix something, it's like we're putting a condition on ourselves. We're
Mhm.
putting conditional love, right? I will only love my money if the debt's gone. I will only love myself if I earn $10,000 a month or $100,000 a month.
Mhm.
And when we do that, we're so focused on the lack, what's still not there,
Mhm.
what we want to fix, like you said. So instead, what I do every morning, 10, 15 minutes, I say a prayer, I meditate, I journal through the limiting beliefs, through the fears, those negative things. What's the ego telling me today? And then I release it. And I can spend the rest of the 23 hours, 45 minutes of my day receiving.
Mhm.
So right when I wake up, I shift right into gratitude and
Mhm.
abundance.
Mhm.
Or even like last night, Steph, I had an amazing week last week with work. Great income, but it was more the transformation I had with these 3 new women who joined Lyft.
Oh,
And
fabulous.
I go, you know what? I'm gonna ride this wave out. I'm gonna ride this like this energy, this high energy, this great emotion, this love that's being pumped in and out of my life. I'm gonna ride it all week long. So last
Mhm.
night I sat down and I started stacking everything I was grateful for. I stacked the money, my family, the love, the blessings,
Mhm.
new women on our support team, right? Just stacking it
Mhm.
till I just felt overwhelmed, but with gratitude. And it's such easy shifts that we can take with our money and focusing what have we received instead of focusing what's still there to receive.
Yeah, I mean, I love that because it's great. If you can shift your mind at night before you put your head down,
Oh, yes.
it really does help. And right away when you wake up, this is an amazing day. Like that's it. Like
Oh,
miracles
yes.
happens today. That's it. But I think a lot of that money, the money issues come from I read You're a Badass at Making Money several times. So, and I listened to it over and over and over. And that's by Jen Sincero. So I, I all that money doesn't grow on trees.
Mhm.
You can't have everything. You can't have your cake and eat it too. All of this. You could never do anything like that. Do you really think that you could make $1 million a year, or you could have several homes, or whatever?
Yeah.
And these are old school ways of thinking.
Yes. You talk about Susie Orman and even Dave Ramsey. They're great
Mhm.
because they get the message out, stop overspending, stop putting that extra burden on your life. But they also instill the fear of God in all of
Mhm.
us. They're like, you can't spend. And then I started thinking about my own industry. We have these regulators. The financial industry is highly regulated to make sure that we're taking care of our clients. It's a good thing. But they're instilling these fears in us. Then we're projecting these fears onto our clients. And
Mhm.
everything's fear based. It's like,
Mhm.
you have to work with me in case the markets go down. You have to work with me because you're overspending. And then the clients are receiving these fears. It's like, no wonder we're in scarcity mindset. When you think of the
Mhm.
world of money, that's the conversations that we've all been having. So I want
Right.
women to know that you can spend your money. I want you to spend your money,
Yay.
but I want you to spend it where it feels really good, that
Mhm.
lights you up, because
Mhm.
that's going to bring more money into your life. Don't
Yeah.
do it because you started it with all the shoulds, right? I should be
Mhm.
doing this. I should be investing here.
Yeah.
Throw all that nonsense out, right? All those stories that people are projecting onto you. What is it that you, Steph, love spending money on?
Mhm.
What lights you up? What lights you up about money? Then let's build a plan around that.
Yeah, it's funny because I could be really frugal in so many ways, and
Mhm.
then I'm like, okay, yeah, I'm going first class to
But,
Italy because
but that's what
I want
allows
to
you
sleep.
to go first class.
Because I want to sleep. I may not buy clothes, or I may not, spend money on certain things, and I'm really cheap about one thing or another, but man, I'm going to do, or food, when I shop, I don't even know what anything costs in the grocery store. Because I don't care, because we're going to have good food. But there'll be things that I'll be like, yeah, no, I'm not going to do that. And, or I'll be really very frugal about. And
Mm.
so, but I don't care because it makes me happy.
Exactly. Being frugal in the area is not wasting money on things that
Right.
aren't as important to you,
Right.
right? What are your values or priorities? That gives you the freedom to go to the grocery store and really put the time in. Because I know you're Sicilian. Food is family. It's that labor of love.
Right.
So you don't want to have to go cheap there. You want to be
Yeah.
able to enjoy those memories.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's
You
so
know,
important.
yeah, I mean, there's certain things. So, I mean, but I think a lot of us are like that. But, I do what works for me
Mhm.
and what resonates with me. And when I say that about going first class to Italy, it's not because I want to eat and I want to have champagne or I want to drink all night long. It's because I want to sleep in a bed so that when I get there, the trip that I'm spending my money on is the best trip because I feel good. And I mean that. Like I want to feel good.
That's so important. Yes.
And
Enjoying
so
it.
people might think you're nuts, but you know what? Okay, well then you're going to spend 2 days probably not even knowing what you did because you're so delirious from sleeplessness. That's how I see it. You know,
Yeah.
let me. Do you still work with your dad, or do you have your own company?
I do. We're still tied together, yes, but we created the Women's Wealth Boutique within the firm. So now I'm bringing on women advisors and other financial
Oh,
professionals.
fabulous!
So we've become this platform, and I love it because every woman has their own brand, their own niche who they love to work with. And
Nice.
that's why we called it the boutique. I wanted it to have that feel where everyone had their own voice. They didn't have to all wear pink because everything in my world's pink. They don't have to all wear pink. They can have their own, the feel of it, who they help, how they like to
Mhm.
help, where they like to speak. They can
Right.
have their own thing catered just to them. But what's going to unite us together is giving women permission to be who they are. What you said before, to spend where it feels good and to invest where their heart is. That's what unites us all together, this women's wealth mission. Because, in all honesty, the more money we all earn together, we're gonna change the world, right? We're gonna light this world on fire. The
Absolutely.
more
Well,
we can raise up
yeah,
together, and that's what I want to build. There's no competition in my view with other women advisors. I think if we all started partnering together, it's amazing what we could do.
absolutely. I mean, and I see that even with joy or happiness. If
Ooh.
happy people, happy world. Wealthy people, wealthy world. Yeah, and
I'm gonna take that step.
so right. Well, and it's not just about. So if I have extra money and extra disposable income, I'm spending my money in certain places, helping you know bring money to whoever is selling me whatever service or product.
Yes.
So, I mean, people don't realize and I remember back when they said it was a recession or something. I walked into Apple and the line was out the door to get a computer. I had to get a computer for one of my kids. And I was like, there's no recession here. I mean, but then I was like, that's great. People have the money. If you have the money to spend on, a new computer,
Mhm.
then
Yeah.
that's, you're not hanging on to the old one that's breaking down. Same thing with cars.
Mhm. Oh,
I
yeah.
love that. So, how do you let your inner queen take the lead? I love that queen, Regina
Yes.
in
Yeah,
Italian.
my new book is called Confessions of a Money Queen. It's coming out in July, end of July.
Oh, nice.
But this is a big theme again when I was talking about the 3 women last week who joined Lyft. And every conversation I kept saying, let's call in your higher self. Who is that person that you are trying to become? Maybe it's a 6-figure earner, a 7-figure earner. Maybe it's having $1-2 million of assets, right? That cushion. Let's see, what are her behaviors? How does she view money? What are the money conversations that she's having? Because I
Mm,
guarantee there are different conversations than the conversations you had when you were in survivor mode.
mhm.
Different conversations than when you're in that comfort zone, right? You have money coming in, it feels pretty good, you're able to save some. But then when you tap in and you have, right, imagine this stuff, you have more income, more than enough to pay off your debt, more than enough to pay all your bills, and you still have money left over after you put everything into savings that you need to, right? That's the inner queen that I want everyone to tap into.
Right.
Having a profit, even after saving money, you still have money left over. How is
So,
she viewing money?
well, because I mean, if you think about a queen's not worried about money.
Oh my gosh. I love you just said that. Exactly.
You know,
They're trusting the money's always going to be there
yeah,
because
they
that's what's
yeah.
happened. You're right. Yes.
So and you know they just they don't worry about it, and I think when you worry, you get more of what you're worrying about. You know, lack or
The lack.
so.
100%.
So what are some steps you can share with my audience and me on how to manifest and receive abundance?
Well, you touched on it right before you asked that question, right? When we're worrying and we're stressing, we're focusing on the lack. And
Mm-hmm.
when you see yourself going there, don't get mad at yourself. It's kind of natural for us. We've been
Mm-hmm.
brought up that way. Don't get mad at yourself, but shift back into the gratitude. What are three things that you can start stacking on gratitude that you're grateful for with your money right now in this moment? What are past things that you had so much celebration over money? What I love women doing is we start, we find their purpose and then let's align that purpose with their value and let's monetize it, right? Let's build them this platform and then let's make money off of it to build it because the more money you make, the louder your voice can be. Let's be honest. The more we can get your voice
Absolutely.
out, the
Yeah,
bigger of a following of this mission you can have. And that's so
absolutely.
important. So instead of shying from your value, let's start doubling your value. And I have women, this is one of the exercises I go into in my new book is write down your dream income. Maybe it's 100,000, 500,000, a million, and let's double it and then double it again. And you can do the same thing with even your savings. Maybe you have 10,000 saved up. Maybe you have 500,000, a million. Let's start doubling it. And it's almost like flexing our worthiness muscle, I
Mm-hmm.
call it. Because at first you'll laugh at the numbers, and this is usually what the women do. They just start laughing. And I'm like, oh no, I'm serious about these numbers. This
Mm-hmm.
is the plan that we're building to get you to
Mm-hmm.
these.
Mm-hmm.
And get very comfortable with those numbers. Get so
Mm-hmm.
convinced of your value with those numbers. And that's what I encourage everyone to do. And then think, how would this amount of money change your life? How would it change your business? How would it change your platform, your voice that you were trying to create in this world? And let's start there.
Yeah, I love that because I mean that's how I feel. The more I level up, the more I can do, the more I can, you know, the more I can, the more people I can inspire
Mm-hmm.
and
100%.
help. So if people just understand that in even if it's on a small level, some of us want, you know, like the sort of worldwide approach, but some people, you know, that's not okay for them. They want something smaller, and just being able to maybe have a second home that's at the beach that you can share with your children when your children get
Love
older, and
it.
have them come with their children. That's an that's doing something of value. That's
Yes.
not about the money,
Mm-hmm.
the green. It's about the heart and the love and the family.
It's a great point. What is success to you? Is it having this huge money making operation or is it having time for your family and to have experiences? So that is something that we drill in on is what is that success look like? Your quest for success. What is that end goal? What is it that you want to bring in? And it could change. And it will change.
Mm-hmm.
It should change, right? As we get older, as we mature, as
Mm-hmm.
we different life experiences, you're going to view it differently at different points of your life. So it's kind of a moving target. But in this moment, what would success look like to you? And what's that next level success?
So, Jeff, is this what you're going to be talking about at the Divine Self Summit? Are you going to give us
Yes.
tips, specifics?
Exactly. We're going to do money meditations. We're going to do money exercises to stop these blocks of our money flow. We're going to go into the energy of money, how money needs to be flowing freely in and out of our lives. So what does that actually look like from the time that you get paid to the time that you pay off bills, save money, and the next steps? Giving money systems to help you trust yourself with money. That's another money block. If we don't know what we're going to do with the money as it comes in, it's hard for us to trust ourselves. We're like, I don't want to blow it. I don't want to blow it. I'm going to have my best month ever. How am I going to know that I best use this money to build out this platform and to build my money empire, to hit those money goals? So we're going to go into that as well. So everything from how we're viewing our money, getting our heart and mind in alignment with our purpose and our value, and then all the way to the practical side of now money's flowing into my life. How do I best use this money to make a real change or difference in this world, whether it's for me, for my family, my community, and my business?
I love it. That's great. So if you want to know more about attracting wealth and abundance into your life and into your world, you definitely want to be joining the Divine Self Summit. It's the divineselfsummit.com. We'll get you all the information and get you on a list for when the tickets go on sale. And it's June 21st through the 25th. What day are you on? What day?
I'm on the 24th.
So you're you're with me. That's right. You're with me on abundance. Yes. That's my day. Yeah. So I'll be emceeing that day. That's right.
That'd be so much fun.
So yes, it will have a great day. It's going to be fun. I'll actually be in Sicily when
oh my gosh.
Yes.
How cool.
So I'll be in Sicily and I'll be on a different time zone, but I'll be happy to be there. So it's going to be a lot. So this is your book. This is Jessica's book, Time to Refine. She has another one coming out. What was the name of that book again?
Confessions of a Money Queen, 10 money moves to claim your power and prosperity.
I love it. And how can people find you?
Yes, so jessicaweaver.com is where you'll find my first 2 books. And then we have money meditation. We have a lot of free resources there. Money meditations, a money spirit guide. You can get immediate downloads of my first 2 books there as well. And also the blog, the Not Your Father's Advisor blog is at jessicaweaver.com.
That's awesome. And you do all the writing for that?
I do, yes. All the writing. And that's the biggest piece is. The more you can build up your platform, the more you can stay in that creative role, that leadership role where you are just servicing and bringing value to the world. And that's the big step, right? From doing it all yourself, you're stuck in operations, to then becoming a leader. And that's what I love helping women, like taking that step to leadership so that trusting the money is going to come and you now have this team of support.
I love it. That's awesome. It's so exciting. Maybe you should have your clients come with me to Sicily.
Oh my God. I've been wanting to do a retreat. So next time you have something going on, you let me know.
Yes. So
that would be awesome.
Yeah. So it's going to be fun. So thank you so much for being here. You know what? Will you come back another time and just talk to us again?
Would love to.
Maybe we can talk about your book. Your next book.
I want to talk about your book. I was reading it before this. Gratitude brings generosity.
Yeah.
That's a game changer. That I took to heart. I wrote it down in my journal. I'm like, this is a game changer. Gratitude brings generosity in so many ways. It just brings more receiving.
It
Gifting
does.
and receiving.
Well, you can't give unless you're okay with what you have to give.
Yes. That's such a money flow, right? Yes. We fill up our tank and it allows us to just keep giving and giving. And the more we give, the money flows back and we receive it. But I loved how you said it.
No, thank you. Thank you. That was in It's Not Personal, Sunny, right here. This was my book. It's Not Personal, Sunny. It's business. How to run your family life and business like it's a Sunny. Oh, yeah, you got it. There you go. Oh, gosh. So, all right. So I will see you on the 24th of June.
Oh, this is going to be an amazing summit.
It's going to be great. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Powerful summit.
I hope everybody will join us and the week of June 21st through the 25th at the Divine Self Summit. That's thedivineselfsummit.com. So thank you for being here. So thank you, Jessica. And I know I'm going to see much more of you. So, and to everybody else out there, take a risk, be vulnerable, share your heart and love always. Know I love you all. Wishing you love, balance, and peace. Ciao, ciao, baby. I love you. I do. Love you. Thanks for tuning in to the Just Steph Show. I really care about you, your happiness, and helping you make great choices for your life. So tune in next week for more wisdom from me. In the meantime, follow me on my Just Steph Facebook page, on Twitter at Steph Palermo. My Instagram account is JustSteph1, and subscribe to my YouTube channel, Steph Palermo. See you next week.